If you like audiobooks or audio shows, check out a free trial of Audible. Just click the link in the description.
Welcome to MINDSHOCK. This is Bruce McGuire here to shock your mind. This is going to be a quite mind-shocking topic. A little bit of a visceral title. You are not you. I've talked about this quite extensively on Are Your Thoughts Really Your Own? Are your ideas really your own? Are your beliefs truly your own? Or is this just an amalgamation of everything you've picked up in your life from childhood to today? Where did all your ideas and beliefs come from? Are they indoctrination? Social engineering? How much of your ideas and belief systems did you come to through your own volition, unguided by external forces? Unguided and uninfluenced? Most people would say zero. Most people might also say it's normal. But let's get into some metacognition here. Thinking about thinking. Who you are, what you want, your goals in life, what you consider yourself, the type of person you consider yourself, your career, however you want to put it. Where did all this come from? Are you really you? Because if society has been engineered a certain way, obviously there's a lot of archetypes, and that flows into this subject matter. Not going to get into it too deep, but if societal engineering accounts for or allows for X amount of archetypes, and it doesn't really matter which one you pick or which one you're influenced more, if you just kind of know your role and stay in your lane, you're a cog in the machine, even if you think you're not. There's an old saying, no one is more enslaved than he who believes he is free. So, you might go your whole life holding beliefs and having a certain vision of yourself and who you are, what you want, where you're going. Are those really yours? Because think about it. Let's say somebody wants to be an athlete. They want to be an NFL player. Well, what if they had never heard of the NFL and have never seen a football game? Would they want that? Of course not. How many people really stop and think about it deeply, though? Let's take that to the nth degree. Is everything in your life simply the result of implanted influence by society? The machine, if you will, the man. As long as you get some kind of job and pay your taxes, does it matter to the man what you think of yourself or your path in life? And then a lot of suffering is brought to people when they don't accomplish their goals, but were their goals really their goals to begin with? Or were all of these goals of what success is, or what kind of career you should have, or even if you're an artist, this certain blueprint for the life of an artist, you're kind of living out. If you fall into any of these, you're kind of living out your idea or these certain archetypes of social engineering. Some people would argue that archetypes are part of the cosmic consciousness, and your soul is kind of living out, if for those that believe in reincarnation, in different incarnations, your soul is kind of living out different archetypes, or the same archetype in different settings in different ways, because that's its destiny. So it all depends on which theory you're considering at the moment. But this would also go the other way too. For example, someone becoming, let's say someone wants to become a recluse and go and live out in the woods by themselves. If they choose to do that without ever knowing that that's a thing, if they came to it truly of their own volition without reading about it or seeing it anywhere, without any kind of influence, then is that the real you? Is the only way to measure the real you by ascertaining whether or not your belief systems or your goals or paths in life were simply things you had seen and influenced, and like, oh, that looks cool, like a child. Are you kind of a child as an adult as well, where you're kind of like, oh, you can go into the medical field, or you can be a lawyer. But if you didn't know any of these things existed, you wouldn't go into them, right? Or would you become curious about something and then find out that it exists after you already had an inclination towards it? Is that a way to determine if you're really you? But a lot of this seems to dwell in the subconscious mind of most humans and the collective consciousness or the cosmic consciousness, because, I mean, zombies are obviously a staple of the horror genre, but what makes it the most terrifying? Is it some kind of a projection that most humans are zombies, lemmings, sheep, robots, asleep, however you want to phrase it, however you want to think about it? Because most of these people are not true individuals, true to themselves. They're simply cogs in the machine. They are simply social engineered identities and not true representation of their human soul or divine spirit that dwells within them in a unique manifestation. Many people don't want to even think about these subjects because it's a little bit uncomfortable, I suppose. It definitely triggers some cognitive dissonance. It's a lot more comfortable to just turn your brain off and go along with a robotic life within socially engineered lanes, not deviating. That's definitely the safe way to go. That's definitely the safe way to go. But these are questions that any truth seeker should definitely ask themselves. Any open-minded, logical, scientific individual where psychology is, of course, of the utmost importance, because if you don't understand how your own brain works or interprets data or information, how can you judge its veracity? You can go along your whole life believing what other people want you to believe, thinking that it's your own belief and you're acting out your own will, when you are simply acting out the will of the establishment, of the man, at your own detriment without even seeing it. Many, many questions to ponder for the philosophically minded. So, this is Bruce McGuire, signing off.
So I hope everybody enjoyed another edition of the MindShock podcast. If you want to help support the podcast, you can donate to our PayPal. Just check the link in the description. You can also become a YouTube member right here on YouTube. Help support the channel that way. Like and share Twitter, Facebook, Reddit, Patreon. Make sure you're subscribed. And questions, comments, theories, thoughts, suggestions, rebuttals, debunkings of any kind, leave them in the comment section. This is Bruce McGuire signing off. Catch you guys next time.